Hi, this is Mark. Thanks for joining me for a practice of chair yoga sun salutations. This is a 16-step sequence that follows a similar flow in my Hatha flow classes, but we're doing it all from a chair. So we'll start with just the basic all-chair sequence, and we'll be keeping the body in the chair for the whole set. And then I'll show around where we're going to start to shift out of the chair. So to begin, make sure you're sitting at the edge of the chair. You may want to have a pillow or cushion behind you that might remind you to stay forward. And then when you look down, you see that your ankles are right below the knees, and the knees are hip width apart. So take a few moments, adjust in that way. Make sure the knees are reaching out right from the hips at hip width apart. And then there's a plumb line of the ankles right below. Your toes pointing forward, and they're relaxed. Sit up tall, not so much that you feel like you're overarching in the low back. You just allow the natural curve of the low back to help support you sitting up tall. Feel the shoulders are not rolling forward or over compensating by pinning back. You want to feel that the ribs are nice and in place, again, not stretching open, and the neck is long, face relaxed. Take a few rounds of breath here. Notice how the inhale can uplift and create that length without over-exaggerating the posture. Keep that lift, and as you exhale, remember to stay easeful, to find that balance of effort and ease in every practice. And from this place, we'll chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. Gently open the eyes, and we'll move right into the 16 steps for this all-chair version of sun salutations. Inhale. Palms together, exhale. Position 1. The inhale, reaching the arms up by the ears, maybe a lift up in the heart center. This is position 2. Bring the hands down to the knees, and then you're going to start to hinge forward for position 3 to fold forward. You can either keep hands to the knees, lower hands to ankles, or towards the mat. Do your best to relax the neck muscles. Position 4, roll up, and then bring the right knee with you, lifting the head back up, squeezing that leg in, using our muscles, and do your best to sit up tall. So try not to roll back, but to sit up tall as you hug the knee. Lift the right toes, so we're keeping that ankle active, muscles in the calf active. Good. And then gently lower that foot down. We're going to step the left foot off the mat, right foot off the mat. And then you either can bring your hands to the chair in front of you or to the knees, ankles, or all the way to the mat. This is position 5, our downward dog. Position 6, hands to the knees and lift the body back up to vertical. You'll step the feet back on the mat. Hip width apart. Position 7, angle the body, keep that lift through the abdomen. Nice long line from tailbone to top of head. Position 8, I'm going to scoop through, keep my seat on the chair, and then lift up in the upper back, activating those muscles, heart center facing forward. Nice stretch for the neck, but not over stretching. And then I'm going to return, lower chin, come back up right to position 9. Position 10, I'll take the right foot off, then left back into my downward dog. So again, all your options here. Position 11, I'll start with hands back on the knee to come all the way back up. I'm going to bring my right foot back on and hug the left. Again, sitting up tall, hugging that thigh into the abdomen. So that's part of the benefit here of the lunge-like position, the compression for the digestive system. I'm going to lower that foot back down, hip width apart, and then position 12 is Uttanasana. It can be simply a rounding part of the way, or you can let yourself roll all the way forward, hands on the mat. Position 13, simply lift the head, rise up on the fingertips if you're on the mat. Position 14, lengthen the back of the neck, hands to the hip crease, lift through the abdomen. So I want to start focusing on strength of the abdomen and hip muscles to lift myself up. Position 15, swing the arms, keep lifting through the abdomen, arms by ears. And position 16, hands back to prayer position. Lower the hands onto the thighs, take a couple of breaths there. We'll advance that sequence just a bit by moving out of the chair. So I'll give you a few options. Make sure before you begin that the chair is far enough away here so it's arm's length as you lean out, and that when you stand up you also have enough of a reach here, so you don't want the chair so close to you that you're not able to reach out. But here I want to emphasize how I'm creating a plumb line from hips to heels, and I'm lightly bending knees. So just you can feel that that chair is there to help support you. This would become our downward dog. Okay, find your seat, then sit up. Position 1. We're going to lean forward as the palms come together and standing up. Position 2, I'm going to reach the arms out, reverse that, wait till I find the chair with my seat, and then lifting the body up, maybe arching. Position 3, bring your hands through prayer to knees and either all the way down, again to this position, or lift the hips, Uttanasana. Position 4, lower the hips. Now I'm going to hug the left knee up, rolling up and then hugging knee. Position 5, step that foot back to hip width apart, reaching forward for the chair, downward dog. The hips lift, the knees stay lightly bent. My head is between the arms. Still feel a lift of the shoulders, so I'm not rounding the back. I'm trying to lengthen, and that's part of why I'm keeping the knees bent. Reach back till you find the chair. Then sit upright, position 6. Position 7, start to tilt forward. Same as before, nice long line from tail to top of head. This time, option to shift off the chair and scoop forward for that baby cobra upper back movement. I'm going to slightly point my tail down versus tail reaching up, slightly point it down, working the upper back. Position 9, reach back, sit up tall. Position 10, I'll start hinging forward, reach to the chair for downward dog, lifting the hips, the knees can stay bent so I can focus on the low back lengthening, rib cage lifting in, head moving between the upper arms. So I have weight on the feet. Good. Position 11, I'll start to find my way back to the seat, roll up, and hug that right knee in this time, squeezing that thigh into the abdomen, sitting up tall, making sure the shoulders are reaching back. Position 12, I'll come into that Uttanasana. So feet are hip width apart. That's the forward fold where I can lift the hips and just enough so that I stay on my balance. My hands can be on my shins or hanging or touching the floor. Position 13, I find my way back to the seat and lift the head towards the other chair on my fingertips. Position 14, back of the neck lengthens, hands to the hips, and this time really lift through the abdomen and engage those muscles and the hips to push on the feet to come up. Position 15, arms by ears, maybe look up. And exhale, position 16, hands to prayer. And lower the hands. Take a few rounds of breath here. Let's take one more round. Inhale. Palms together. This is position 1. Let the breath flow freely as you tilt and come up to standing. Feel the 2 feet. Position 2, I'm going to start to reach the tailbone back, reach out with the arms until I touch the chair, then I lift up to finish position 2. Position 3, hands can go through prayer, then to knees, and then down for Uttanasana, folding the body. Hands can reach back towards the floor. Begin to bend the knees, find the chair, position 4, rolling up, hug the knee into the body, sitting up nice and tall. Position 5, place that foot back down, hip width apart, stretch out with the arms, lift the hips, but keep the tailbone long, shoulders broad, lift the rib cage. Bend the knees, start to reach back to the chair and sit up tall, position 6. Position 7, that slight tilt forward to prepare for 8, which is shifting to the feet and rounding the low back, lifting the upper back. And reach back, position 9, find the chair, then sit up nice and tall. Position 10, start to hinge forward, reach to the chair, downward dog. Reach back so you can find the chair, then roll up, hug that left knee in. Position 12, Uttanasana. Feet land hip width apart, shift forward and then lift the hips. You can keep the knees bent, let the arms and head hang heavy. Position 13, reach back to find the chair, then look forward, fingertips pressing down or hands on the shins. Lengthen the neck, position 14, lift through the abdomen, hands on the hips. And then 15, press on the feet, lifting up by hinging, arms reach. And exhale, position 16, palms together. And release the hands. Thanks for joining for a few rounds of sun salutations based off of working in a chair. Join me on Mondays for a beginner series, Chair to Mat. It's every Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. We start the first Monday of every month, all in the chair, and over the weeks of the month it progresses towards the mat. All right, I'll see you soon.